Alrighty, welcome back. We are going to implement our commands. We're going to go ahead and implement all four of them: move bottom, move down, move top, move up. But I'm also going to show you why you cannot use that items invoke command on the tree view anymore. You can use it, but it's not going to work in the way it did in UWP or WPF. So consider that to be for those people coming over from WPF or UWP. We have to handle it a different way. Basically, the binding takes place after the items invoke is called. So that is going to, as I'm about to show you, it's going to cause a few issues. So let's just get these commands, or the actual methods for the commands, implemented, and let's just go ahead and do all four of them right now. If you did either one of the other tutorials, it's the same code. Actually, in the case of the UWP app, this is the corrected code or bug fix code, which should be out there or will be out there shortly for it. So this should be the same code. Hopefully by that time people are viewing it. Right. What do you do when Visual Studio says it's an error? It shows that lovely red tilde sign and there's no error. You restart Visual Studio and the error just magically disappears. That's why I just had to do off camera. So I'm going back, I'm recording this. So we're over in the segment control now, I do believe, or we are in the main view. And we're just going to copy and paste the code over. There are better ways to do this with OOP because it's the exact same code, but those methods were not good for the tutorial. So we will not be using them. We'll just use duplicate code. We need to, of course, add our field in our property for our commands, in this case the generic top command. That way our button on the front end can simply bind to it. Okay. Here we go. We're going to add the items invoke method to the tree view. And basically what I'm going to try to show people with WPF and UWP experience with their tree views is why it doesn't work. It's not broken. It's just this isn't how it's supposed to work. We have the selected item property, which we'll end up calling the refresh commands from that later on. but out of habit, you may be trying to use the items invoke, which is where you would set your selected item in WPF and UWP. We don't want to, that's not going to work here. It's not going to refresh our button. It's not going to call the refresh commands, and just generally it won't work. And of course, we're returning to the binding instead of xbind. What's bugging me about that? And our button is not firing off at all. It should be firing off on the wrong item, so it should fire off on the top item instead of the bottom item. It's calling it, but that's from the tree view invoke, so that's not right. Hold on. That's what's bugging me. I shouldn't be I'm using binding. I shouldn't be binding to the view model. That's for xbind. And immediately called the command. My mistake. Okay. Back to the planned error. Had a real error within my planned error. My fault. So you can debug it, walk through the code, all of the magic. The problem is, items invoke is being called before the selected item is set. Therefore, it's doing the can execute on the previous item selected, because that's what we're calling our refresh commands function. All the parents are right. Let's try adding another layer in here. Just stupid ideas I came up with when I was trying to debug this. And one of the problems is if you select a segment, then you select the last layer in the list. You select the last segment in a layer, then select the last layer in the list, it will trick you into thinking that it worked. But it didn't work. It didn't work. So there we go. There we go. Let's see, layer 0 says, yeah, you can move this to the top. It's already at the top. And when we go right there and we drill down to it, we can see it's the wrong thing selected. We're still on the previous selection. So if you got something out of this, like and subscribe. Next video, we are going to fix that bug, get it up and working. I hope you're getting something out of this. I hope you subscribe. I'm trying to make the videos faster. I'm taking advice. I got rid of the intro. All glory to God. See you in the next video.